I'm Callie with the blog Callie Joy. In my blog, I talk about clean skincare ingredients, how to do your own DIY skincare projects, and I also record YouTube videos to go along with the blogs that I've written. Today, we will be learning on how to make grapefruit body scrub. This body scrub will have kaolin clay in it, which will add a nice little bit of a orangish color. I thought it was going to add a rose color, but it actually added more of an orange color, which is totally fine because it's with grapefruit. Let's go get started. Starting out making our grapefruit body scrub with clay, we have our glass beaker, which is heat resistant because we will be using a double boiler to heat our oils together. Starting out, we are going to turn on our scale. And I want to show you the difference between our two butters that we'll be using today. So we have cocoa butter and we have shea butter. So as you can see, cocoa butter is hard. It's very, you gotta melt it. It's very, very hard. And then we have our shea butter, which is very soft, as you can see. Just melts right there. With our cocoa butter, it is high in antioxidants. It contains vitamins and minerals. The minerals that it contains is magnesium, copper, iron, and chlorine. And the vitamins that it contains are E and K. And it has some fatty acids as well. So we will be doing 6.8 grams of cocoa butter. I'm just gonna kind of pour it in there. Next we have our shea butter, which we will be putting in a separate container to measure out. And we will be doing 8.5 grams of shea butter. Now that that is all weighed out, we are going to put it in with the cocoa butter. You can even see the difference is probably because I am using refined shea butter as well. Shea butter also, just commenting on that, it contains vitamins E, A, and F, and is also rich in fatty acids. Next we have our sunflower oil, which contains vitamins C, E, and K. We will be doing 34 grams of our sunflower oil. I'm going to use a pipette because I went 0.08 grams over, and I like to be as exact as possible in my formulations. Now we can pour our sunflower seed oil into our butters. Adding oils and butters to a body scrub adds the hydration, makes your skin feel so soft after using your body scrub as well. Next we have our safflower oil, and we will be doing 25.5 grams of safflower oil. Next we have our emulsifying wax and cetyl alcohol. I'm going to pour our safflower oil into our oils and butters, and then I'm going to change out my gloves because, as you can see, they're nice and oily from dealing with the oils and the butters. Now that I have clean gloves on, we can do our cetyl alcohol and emulsifying wax. Emulsifying wax acts as an emulsifying ingredient and provides hydration to the skin and reduces skin inflammation. Our cetyl alcohol is a fatty alcohol. Normally we try to stay away from alcohols in skincare because they are drying to our skin, but cetyl alcohol is a fatty alcohol which acts as an emollient, helping our skin stay hydrated and soft. We will need 8.5 grams of emulsifying wax. Now we can dump that into our oils and butters. And then we have 4.25 grams of cetyl alcohol. Now that our oils, butters, and other heat ingredients are measured out, we are going to place our glass beaker in a double boiler just to melt all the ingredients so that way they all combine well. We will cover it with tin foil so that way no other objects fall into our mixture here. Our butters and oils are down to room temperature. And now we can add in our cool down phase. In our cool down phase, we have our preservative, which is Optiphen. Optiphen is a oil-based preservative, or it protects oil-based products. It is a paraben and formaldehyde-free preservative. And it is also a broad spectrum preservative, which protects your products from bacteria, yeast, and mold. We will be using a pipette to measure out our preservative into our ingredients here. We will be doing 2.55 grams of Optiphen. Our grapefruit smell, we will be using pink grapefruit from Plant Therapy. It's an essential oil. We are going to measure it right into our ingredients here as well. Then it's going to be 2.55 grams. Next, we will measure out our vitamin E oil into a cup. I like to do that just because vitamin E oil seems to be thicker and does not go as well in a pipette. So just to be safe, I am doing it in a different container than my other ingredients. And we will be doing 5.1 grams of vitamin E oil. We'll pour that into our other ingredients. I am going to use our spatula just to get it out because it's a thicker liquid in here and does not like to come out of the container as well as the other ones do. The next ingredient that we will be putting into our body scrub is our clay, the rose kaolin clay. And this clay adds extra exfoliating properties and it absorbs impurities from your pores, and it is good for sensitive skin. We will be measuring it out into a different container, and that will be 5.1 grams. And we are going to set aside our clay, and we will measure our sugar. The sugar that we use, you can just buy right at the store. It's white granulated sugar. We use sugar instead of salt just because it is less abrasive, and we use white sugar instead of brown sugar because it's more abrasive for our skin. If we were making a face scrub, we would probably use brown sugar, and if we were making a foot scrub, we would probably use salt. We also like to use salt and sugar in our body scrubs because it dissolves in the water. We will be doing 67.15 grams of sugar. Now that everything is weighed out, we are going to set our sugar and our clay aside. remove our scale. And we are going to use our immersion blender to mix these ingredients that we already mixed together, which is our heat phase with our Optiphen, vitamin E oil, and our essential oils. We're going to use a spatula just to get everything around the sides. Make sure that everything gets mixed up well before we put in the clay and the sugar. Now that we are all mixed, we are going to add in our clay. Our clay acts as our coloring as well. And we can give that a nice little mix. And finally, we will add in our sugar. And we will use our spatula to mix it. As you can tell right now, it is more liquidy. As it settles, it will become a little bit thicker as well. Now that our body scrub is complete, we can pour it into our container. I made a cute little label for our body scrub here. I called it the grapefruit clay. I added some tidbits to it and the ingredients that we have in here. And now we have our grapefruit clay body scrub.